Hello and welcome back. Last time we spoke about the difference between the love that we have for a friend and the love that we're meant to have for our spouse. And this time we're going to speak about the Rambam and how he breaks down 3 levels of love, 3 different types of love. And I'm going to call it levels because they are sort of levels. The first one he speaks about is what he calls the love of pleasure, the love of desiring something that's going to bring us pleasure. It could be a person, it could be an object, it could be a food, but it's something that's going to bring us pleasure that we're desiring, and that is what love of pleasure looks like. So love is really desiring to become close with something, and in this case, we're desiring to become close to pleasure, to something that's giving us pleasure. And again, I love fish. You know the old question, do you love fish or do you love yourself? Do you love your stomach? Do you really love fish? Then why are you killing it, cooking it, and eating it? You don't love fish, you love yourself. And the answer is no. The answer is you really love fish. You desiring that fish is you're loving that fish. And to understand it even better is if you're not hungry and I ask you, do you want fish? You're going to say no, you don't want fish now. But you still love fish. If you love fish and you're not hungry, you're still loving fish, even though you don't want it right now. So there's something that's created there. There's that desire of, I love fish. And that's the first level of love. And in a marriage, obviously, it's needed. The first level of love is the love of pleasure, the love of desiring the pleasure that you receive or you feel when you're with that person. And that's a level of love needed in a marriage. But it's a shallow level of love. The next level of love is the love of partnership, where you have 2 people that desire the same outcome, that are looking for the same goal, to achieve the same goal, that are looking to work together to achieve it. And that is the love of partnership. And both of them have the same desire, the same goal that they're looking to get to. And keep in mind, the love of partnership, it's a nice thing, right? Because it's a give and take. It's not just love of pleasure, let's call it. If I'm not able to accomplish something, right? It's my job, I get it, it's my job. If I'm not able to accomplish it, you'll back me up, you'll take care of it, right? There's a give and take, but there's sort of each person has their obligation and responsibility within that relationship. And we'll back each other up, but it stays my obligation, sort of. It's my job to take out the garbage. If I can't, then yeah, my spouse will take it out. My partner will take it out, let's call it, because it's not what a spouse is, right? So that's the love of partnership. And there is a level of love and trust that is created with partners. There's that you're starting to trust each other. You're starting to rely on each other. You can speak about the goals and aspirations and even dreams. You can actually build something on that love of partnership. And there's a level of connection and love that's created there. But also, that's not the goal. That's not the love that we're looking to get to in a marriage. The love of a marriage that we're looking to get to is both of these, obviously, and something a lot deeper. And that's the love for the relationship itself. He calls it the love of virtue. The desire to unify, the desire to become close to that person that we're loving. The desire for the relationship itself. Like a parent and a child. There's nothing that it can be contingent on. There's nothing external that creates any more or less love within that relationship. It's just the love that a parent has for a child. It's the love that a parent has for a child because that child is their child. And that's what the love of virtue is. That's what the love of relationship is. And if a parent loves a child any less because a child didn't give him nachas, or a child didn't obey him, or whatever it is, the child did something wrong, then there's something very wrong about it. There's no love that should be taken away from such a story or something that happened between the two. The love stays the same. There could be annoyance, but the love is, I love you because you're my child. And that's what the love of relationship is. That's what the love of virtue is. And he gives an example. Again, we're going to use the example of a car, and we're also going to make believe that the car has feelings. And everything within the car has feelings. Just to give us an understanding of what this love is supposed to look like. So, if a car had feelings, and the engine in the car had feelings, and they were separated. It was in the shop, and the car was sitting there, and the engine was sitting there being fixed, or whatever it is. That desire that the engine has to be connected to that car, to be put into that car, to be integrated into that car, to become one with that car. That desire that the car has for an engine so that it can actually function, that desire is what the desire of a marriage is supposed to look like. That desire to become so one, the desire to become one and integrate with each other. I'm going to use the word, I love this word, to become enmeshed with each other. In a healthy way, obviously, we can discuss that, but to become one, really one. That is the love of a marriage. That is the love of a relationship. And we have to remember and understand that every level of love, there's place for every level of love within a marriage. There's the love of pleasure, and in the beginning, that's an amazing thing also, right? It's something that can kickstart a marriage, a relationship. There's the love and the love of partnership. There's that desire, the dreams that we share together, the goals that we want to get to together, right? These are real things within a marriage. But don't forget the love, the desire for the unity itself, the desire to be in relationship with this person. The person that you're loving, if there's any external something that happens, if there's something that bothers one of you, it's allowed to bother you. It can even be meant to bother you in some cases. But never should it be taking away from that deep level of love that you have for one another. That desire to be one, the desire to unify, the desire to be literally be one. I said it and I said it again. To be one udam. You're not complete without that person. There's always something missing in you without that person. You are not the full you without that person. And that's the level of love we're looking to get to in a marriage. And that's the healthy level of love. And I'm going to finish with this. The Rambam brings down in Haluchi Yites, right? Hilchas Ishus, Parak Tes Vov, Haluchi Yites. The Chachamim were mesaken that a man must be mechabed his wife more than himself, and he must love her like himself. And right afterwards, Halacha Chuf, it says, and a woman needs to be mechabed her husband like a king. And he goes like extreme kuvod is what a woman should be giving her husband. And he says, like a king, like a prince. Should be treating him like a prince. And he points out that the Rambam doesn't say anything about love, about a woman being obligated to love her husband. So a husband needs to be mechabed his wife more than his guf, and a woman has to be mechabed her husband like a king. Okay, that's consistent, that's beautiful. And then it says on the men's side that he has to love his wife like himself, like his guf. It doesn't say anything about love in the obligation of a woman to her husband. And he points out because it's natural for a woman to love her husband. A woman loves her husband naturally. And something that comes natural to a person, that's part of our instinct, our nature, is not something that we have to obligate her to do. But yet, a husband is obligated to love his wife. And he points out that love is not something that's created on itself. Love that comes naturally to a woman is not something that she can show without first being shown that love. And because a man is the initiator in the relationship, and because a man is the one that initiates any aspect of the relationship, when it comes to love, if he loves her, she's going to love him back double, triple, 10 times more. And that's what comes naturally to her. So she doesn't have to be obligated. She doesn't need an obligation to love him because she'll love him naturally. And if you love your wife and she doesn't know how to accept that love, she's not able to show you back that love, love her more. Love her more. Because naturally she wants to love you. Naturally she just wants to love you. And sometimes it's hard for a woman to accept. She doesn't trust completely. She doesn't feel safe enough to accept that love. So just continue loving her. I promise you she'll end up coming and loving you back. Just continue loving and loving and loving. And again, I want to point out that we're talking about a healthy relationship here. If there's something more, then get the support. Every relationship deserves the support to get to this type of place. But recognize that if you love and you love and you love and you continue loving, she'll come back and love you more. She'll love you 10 times more. That is the nature of a woman to her husband.